Hi Newfield artists. So today we're going to be making some salt dough, and it's going to be similar to kind of like a Play-Doh or clay, and we're going to use it to sculpt or mold something with our hands, and we're going to have some fun. So there are some examples in the slides for you. A really fun one would be a little donut. That's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to just show you what you're going to need to mix. We're going to be using flour. I just have regular flour here. I have salt, and I have some water. So those are pretty simple ingredients that you probably have at home, and I have it already measured out here. So I'm just going to be putting my ingredients into this bowl, and I have something to stir with. So here we go. I have, oops, I have 1 cup of flour, so I'm going to put that right in there. There we go. I have a 1/4 cup of salt, adding that in here, okay. And then I have a 1/4 cup of water. So I'm going to pour that in. And after you stir it up, you might notice that you need a little bit extra water. So we're just going to kind of see how this goes here. So I did have to add some extra water. So you probably will too. But it's just kind of just feel it out and see if you need a little extra water. If you add too much, you can always add a little extra flour. But you do want it to be a nice consistency, like a dough, like you might use to bake something with. So once you have it all together and incorporated, you're just going to put it out onto a nice clean surface that I put some parchment paper down here. So maybe you have plastic wrap or wax paper or anything that you want to just put to kind of protect your table and give you a nice working surface. Alright, so we are going to just kind of knead the dough. So you're just going to use your hands, and you're just going to really get it as well mixed as you can, and just kind of pressing down just like that. Same way, just kind of getting that coil, bringing the ends together. Alright, there's my donut. I'm just going to put this aside, leave it on my parchment paper, just to hang out, and then while I finish the other two things. This piece here, I think I'm going to make a heart. So I'm just going to kind of pinch the bottom, want that nice point at the bottom. And it's really easy to mold, so I'm going to kind of use my thumb to press down in the center here. And then I'm just going to use my hands to mold. Okay, so I started using this rubber spatula here just to kind of get the edges a little bit more pronounced. So you might want to take something like this, even a spoon might work, just to kind of help you and guide you with those edges if you carefully. And I still have some dough left. That made quite a bit of dough. So you can always, you know, make a lot of different things, or you can keep your pieces rather small, and then you'll have, you can use your dough that way. I'm going with a few larger items so I just made a pretty long coil, and I was just rolling it until I got it to be an even thickness. And I'm going to just kind of take an end here and start spiraling it in, just like this. I'm going to try to make a little cup or like a little pot. So I'm doing with these here. I think I'm going to start bringing this up a little bit. So kind of as I'm turning, it's going to break on me. I'm just going to start lifting it up. It's a little long, so I'm just going to kind of break that off. this. Keep going. It's a little more even. Use this. Alright, so I was just kind of using my hands to feel the thickness of the sides here to make sure they're about the same all around, and I'm pretty happy with that. And look, I still have a little bit more left. What will I do? Maybe I will make a little flower. So I'm just if you have food coloring also, you can mix it in with the pieces of dough that you have, and then you don't have to paint, or you could paint less that way. Just an idea if you have food coloring, which I do not. Alright, I have my pieces ready to go. Since it was on parchment paper already, I just put the whole thing right onto a cookie sheet. And just be sure you're not putting plastic or anything like that into the oven. And make sure that you get a parent's permission to use an oven. You don't have to use an oven. You can have it kind of just sit out and dry overnight. Maybe put it in front of a fan if you have one. But I have my oven set to 200 degrees, and I am just going to put these in for about 15-20 minutes. That means I don't really know. I'm gonna see how it goes, but I will let you know because this is the first time I'm doing this. Okay, be right back. Alright, so it's been about 20 minutes and my bigger pieces are still in the oven, just getting a little bit harder in there and setting some more. This star that I made was pretty small, so this finished sooner. It just stayed at a pretty low temperature in there just to really dry out. So I'm ready to paint it now. That was so much fun. I think you're really going to enjoy this. I am really happy with how this donut came out. I added some pink frosting and rainbow sprinkles on there. And these are things that you can use. You could give as a gift. That would be a nice thing. You can use it kind of like at your desk, maybe in your room as like a paperweight. To kind of hold things down in a decorative way. If you do smaller pieces like the star, something that I of course thought about after was you could poke a hole in it before you put it in the oven, and then that could become like a bead, and you could maybe make a necklace with it, or something like that. Like you could string a necklace out of that, so it could be like a big bead. And another thing that I am starting to do, so the heart here, it's still drying because I added on some Mod Podge, and this will just give it a nice clear coat, and we'll give it a nice shiny finish and kind of seal everything together so that it won't get ruined in any way, and really just keep it together and look nice and shiny. So have fun with it, take pictures, send them in. We'd love to see your artwork as always. Enjoy. See you later.